Hello everybody and welcome back to Survive With Me, episode 5. In this episode we're going to be creating a hangar slash rover bay for the rover that we made last episode. So we've got a nice cargo rover here and we're going to be using this to transport goods and components across the Earth-like planet. But we want to create a little space to actually store this. We've got a little bit of scaffolding going on here just to put it on for now. But we want to make an actual hangar bay to put the rover in. Now, there's a couple of reasons you want to do this. I like to preface each episode by explaining why it is I'm doing what I'm doing, so you can decide whether or not you want to do it yourself. Number one is to protect the rover, so if you're on a server or what have you, it can actually hide it and disguise the fact that you've got one, or just cover it up from initial pokes from different people firing stuff at you. Also, it will protect it from lightning. It's also a good area for repairs and easy access to the rover. So if you've got something like the jetpack mod installed or you run out of hydrogen fuel, it's going to allow you to get around the rover and quickly make those repairs that you need to do. So I'm going to be building one here and I'm going to put a few different things in it like lights, storage, stairs. You can even put hangar doors on the front if you want as well, but I probably won't do that. I'm going to put it right here, I think. But there's a couple things we need to do first. So I'm going to remove this wind turbine tower here because it's now going to be obstructed if we build a structure here. So I'm going to fly up top and I'm just going to shift this tower somewhere else. Someone was asking me how many blocks you need to go. Officially it's 9. Just in case you guys want to do it as effectively as possible. I always do 7 because I just really can't be bothered doing 9, but if you want to do 7 then, if you want to do 9, sorry, then go ahead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I'm about to run out of hydrogen here, so I need to make this quick. Jump on top and then weld this up. The plan is to get this rover base sorted, and then we're going to look at getting ice over to the base a little bit more effectively. If you've got an ice patch nearby, then it's no problem, but I don't, so I'll show you what to do in that case as well. Cool, so we've got a nice little area here now. So I'm just going to think about the layout for this base. I want to be able to walk around the rover and make repairs as is needed. So I'm just going to pop it in the bay here just so we can see what kind of room we need to be working with in order to walk around this thing. Okay. I might just leave it there for now. Let me just put the handbrake on. Oh, that's the gyroscope. Don't want it flipping. Not just yet. And then I'm just going to build up the area around the rover here with some more scaffolding. I think we've got plenty of room on this side. We'll just do that there as well. Okay. I'm going to use half blocks because they're going to give us a little bit of room here. So if I do this, yeah, we can still walk around the rover. Okay. So I'm going to do this because it's a similar style to the base we've got. And then we can still get access to the cargo container, but I might do something there to try and make that work a bit easier. And then we're going to do the same on the other side as well. Go right to the back here, up to the connector. I use third person to sort of have a little mooch at how things look. We could actually just put like a door here. So then you've got easy access in and out of the rover. And then I don't think I've got any construction components on me. Should have some in here. We're going to do some stairs like this, and then catwalks. You can use these default catwalks as well, and as mentioned in my previous video, you can use the diagonal window as a bit of a catwalk block if you've not got access to the DLC. And then we just curve that round like that, and then we can get on top of the rover in case we need to weld anything up here. And I'm just going to quickly refuel my hydrogen suit. Do I have a bottle? Might be useful to grab that bottle real quick. Gonna pop it in there. Fill it up. Bada bing, bada boom. Right, so let's build this up a little bit. Obviously we want to be able to walk on the top. So I'm going to need to bring this up a couple of blocks here. That should be enough. The sun is going down. I'm just going to quickly adjust the sun. As mentioned, I'm just keeping it daytime because I don't want you guys to have to watch this in the dark. And then we might go for a similar style to what we've got on the base, to be fair. Although I don't know what that looked like, to be honest. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad, does it? So we'll go with that. We'll do another one back here as well. Obviously, it's not massively, dependent on your survival, but a little tip: it's always nice to try and keep different structures and ships within a survival world the same style. So try and use the same blocks and shapes across your different structures. As you can see, we've got a similar shape going on to the base over there. And we might even put windows on this, but I don't think I'm going to have as many windows on this. I'm probably going to do something like this. Down the centre, we'll have those, what are they called? Panels. I'll have these panels again. And I don't really want the same shape here, so we might just do something like that. Yep, and then we'll have windows in the corners there. So that's a nice little structure around the rover. And then obviously you might want to put some windows down here as well. I'm just going to quickly get rid of these and add bigger blocks at the bottom here. So they will actually take more damage as well, but they just look pretty stable as well. A general rule of thumb when you're building is try and make things that would make sense in real life. And if you stick to that, typically you'll end up building things which look a bit nicer. And then we've got a few different things we can do up top there. There's actually a block with a light already in it. It is actually DLC, which is really weird because I can't think of the vanilla equivalent for a block like this. But it does exist with the DLC pack. I'm going to be using it. I am using DLC in this run, but it is a bit cheesy actually, now that I think about it, because there's not too many options for people who don't want to use DLC. I don't really know what you could do there, but I'm going to put up just the regular inset block lights. You could put regular blocks across the top and then lights underneath. That would work as well. You just have to move the rover out of the way. Yeah, I mean, I suppose there isn't really a vanilla alternative now that I think about it. I'm going to pull the rover out real quick so I can get welding up. Now, at this point, you could pull this forward by one, and you can use these hangar doors, which I've not unlocked handily. But if you build a door, which I've built a door, so I don't really know why I've not got them, but they're 2 blocks high, and you can literally put them in the ground, and they'll come up and seal this off for you. Well, why haven't I built a door? I've got one right here. Okay. Interesting. Well, we've got it now anyway. I'm not going to do that, but just giving you the heads up. I'm going to just put some structural beams, quote unquote, on the sides here like this as well. And we'll do it at the back too. Just like that, so it sort of looks a bit more like a hangar. We've got the passage here, so we can get underneath the rover if we need to. And then on this side, we might have some easy cargo access. I mean, we've got some cargo storage right there, so we could just put some some freight crates or something on this side. I'm not really too sure what we want to put there yet, so I'll just leave it. I'm going to go and get this all welded up. As you can imagine, it's basically a lot of steel plates, so I'm going to shift control, queue up 1,000 steel plates, and then I'm just going to fill my inventory with steel plates. At this point, now that you've got a full refinery and you've got a full assembler, you can go find some silver and gold. And if you go and get some silver and gold, you can start to make the better tools. So if you go into production, go over to tools, you can make the proficient set of tools as well. We can't quite make the elite ones yet because we've not got platinum. But if you go and get some silver, you can go and make the proficient ones, which again is another step up, and will just mean that you're welding, grinding, and drilling a bit quicker. I do have some silver somewhere, I think. Have I found silver yet? I've not found silver yet. So I might take the Rover out for a spin and find some silver. But yeah, I'm just going to get this all welded up, and then we'll come right back. I'd also just like to point out, while I'm busy gathering a little bit more iron to make steel plates and interior plates, if you're at this point in the game and you've got scripts enabled, it's a good idea to make auto miners to do this for you. So those are drones which will go out, collect resources, dock back up to the base, deposit those resources, and then go back out. I've got a video which I'll link in the description, which is a full guide on how to actually build and set up an auto miner so that you guys can do that. You can do it on planets as well, you do it in space, wherever you are, and it will basically just remove a little bit of the manual labour from the process and speed things up for you. If you've not got scripts enabled, then obviously that's not a choice. I'll show you how to do that later on in the series either way, but for now I'm just going to continue doing it myself. And there we go, everything's welded up. We're just missing a couple of windows, so I'm just going to quickly queue those guys up while I show you how to configure the lights. So I've got 2 lights up there. I'm going to go into the control panel, find these lights. I'm going to group them into Rover Bay lights. Save the group, turn the block off in the terminal because this base is going to start to get very crowded very quickly. I'm going to turn the radius up to about 8, turn the fall off to 1, and then I usually turn the intensity down to probably about 1 as well. And then leave it like that, and that will give you a nice lighting setup, so when it goes dark you'll still be able to work on your Rover. I've painted it a little bit as well, so I've just given it the same sort of colour scheme as the base. I've put ramps, passageways, I've got a little walkway up here so we can get up top to the Rover. I'm going to put those windows in there, and I'm not going to put any doors or anything on it. I'm just going to leave this open. I'm just playing on my own single player, so don't really have to worry about all too much. But if you're on multiplayer or what have you, or you just want to protect your Rover a bit more, it could be a good idea to do so. I know I was going to stick to one topic per video, but I just quickly wanted to mention that something you want to be doing at this point is upgrading your refinery and assembler. So I'm just going to get these windows finished, and then I'll show you how to do that, because it's going to make things a bit quicker for you, as well as obviously upgrading the tools. There we go. Check it out. Got the little Rover base. Let's pop the Rover in here now. Gently. Don't want to break it. I'm going to lower the suspension. And then we can dock up. And there you go. Nice little Rover bay. And then, yeah, like I said, we can come up top, do any repairs that we need to, or make any changes that we want to the Rover. One change I want to do is just quickly grab the antenna, HUD text, Rover. There we go. Turn those signals off for now. So let's have a look at the refinery and the assembler. So if you look at them, you'll see that we've got different ports. So you've got these small little yellow squares, and then you've got the large ones. So these you can click into. These are conveyor ports which allow you to move components, ores and what have you through them. And then these little ones are for modules. So you can attach different modules to your production blocks to give them various boosts. So you've got power efficiency module, which, as described, decrease power consumption of refineries or assemblers. You've got the yield module, which increases production yield of refineries when connected. And then you've got the speed module, which basically, as the name implies, speeds it up. So you can attach 4 of them at the back here. So you can do them in rows like that, or you can do them like that. And then you've got the assembler, which has got 2 on the bottom down there, 2 on the top, and then it's got 1 either side here as well as the obviously the double connectors. It sort of depends. If you're going for like a power efficient base, or you're in space and you're on like a solar powered barge, maybe the power module's a good option. Typically, if you're on a base like this, which is your main place of operations, I wouldn't really look at the power module. I would look at the speed and yield module. It's going to let you build quicker and mean that you have to mine less ores. So the speed and yield, the speed and yield modules. So I'm going to get 2 of those, and then I'm also going to get 2 speed modules. And then this is going to be for the refinery. So I'm going to grab what I can, and then I'm going to queue those up. You're gonna need to make these superconductor conduits, which requires gold. So you're gonna have to go out and find some gold for this. But then yeah, all you need to do is basically plug them onto the back of the refinery and the assembler. Just show you what it looks like. So if you hold one of these modules, you can see it's got those attachment points as the same as the refinery and the assembler on the back, and you can clip them on like that, and that's when they'll be operational. So I'll put yield, and then up top here put speed and a speed like that, and that's how you can upgrade your refinery and your assembler without having to build more. Of course you can just build more, but that also just increases the yield and the speed of which it's going to refine and create components. So that's it for this episode, guys. If you enjoyed, please like, comment and subscribe to support the channel. Leave any questions you have in the comment section down below and I'll get back to you. Take care, everybody.